Hollywood has no shame, as noted in the book Hollywood Hypocrites. So Chapter 8, Jason, Be Healthy or Else. I love this. How Hollywood loons follow dear leaders' lead in lusting to regulate what we do, buy, and eat.
Yeah, absolutely. We already know Michelle Obama, right? She likes to wag her organic fingers in our faces and even put our kids, I mean, this is scary, actually, put our kids on fat scales. They want to institute what's called body mass index reports to accompany grade reports, which, is exactly what fat kids need for their self-esteem, is to be told that they have 3 chins. But here's where the hypocrisy comes in. If Michelle Obama really wanted to lecture the rest of America on how we should eat, first of all, her husband shouldn't be caught wolfing down chili dogs every time he's away from her. But more importantly, the biggest you can say advocacy for fried foods and salty snacks and all those sugary items that we know aren't good for us, they're actually through product placements in movies. I mean, we know this from multiple years of data research. So that's why you have Lay's potato chips and M&Ms and all these fast food joints or sugary items where they'll place big bucks into these movies, and that will increase consumerism for those products. Now, hey, I love the sugary items, but if she's going to wag her finger, she should wag it at and rap the movie industry for allowing these ads to be taking place. But you know what? They're never going to do that, Michael. Why? Because of the cash flow. The movie industry makes millions and millions of dollars through these billions of dollars through these advertisements, and then they're able to fund that right to the Obama campaign. The 2 biggest bundlers for the Obama campaign are Hollywood movie executives.
Wow. Jason Mattera, the book is Hollywood Hypocrites. Chapter 9, Be Peaceful or I'll Shoot Your Ass. Why Leftists Do Not Good Violence Spokespersons Make. You note the quote by Barack Obama, they bring a knife to the fight, we bring a gun. You know, it's interesting because this morning I played some of these audio files of people. And hold on just a second. This is a good little reminder of exactly what we're dealing with. Let me see if I can find the. Oh, here we are. Montel Williams.
So, Michelle, slit your wrist. Go ahead. I mean, why not? If you want to. I mean, do it's all a better thing. Move that knife up about 2 feet.
That's nice, isn't it? Or,
start right at the collarbone.
Or Mike Malloy talking about the Bush press secretary, Dana Perino.
I used to have violence fantasies about Scott McClellan because of the impenetrable wall of idiocy and supposed ignorance, some of which was probably not supposed, that behind which he used to hide at every press conference. All those feelings are being shifted now to Dana Perino, violence fantasies, and I don't like it when I get violence fantasies because I've tried my whole life to overcome the idea that violence does anything except cause more violence. But son of a bitch is hard.
I love this paragraph. In fact, the prophets of the entertainment industry are so tolerant, so compassionate, and so desirous of peace that they will beat your ass if you dare disagree with them. And God help the conservatives if and when any act of violence does erupt, because when it does, progressives will make sure Sarah Palin, Glenn Beck, or Rush Limbaugh gets stuck with the blame.
Yeah, that's absolutely what happens. I considered whether or not to include the Montel Williams and the Mike Malloy rants, hateful, vile rants in my book, because I said, you know what? Nobody really knows who these people are anymore. I mean, no. Montel Williams has a radio show. Who would have thunk it? It's more like infomercials that in fact, that's exactly what it is. He gets these infomercials to really sponsor him.
From the pharmaceutical companies.
Yeah, Mike Malloy. I mean, come on. Nobody knows who the hell these people are, but they are dripping with hatred. What's interesting, though, is how all these rappers who are huge Obama supporters and headline events for him, raise money for him, they're all part of these eliminate all war groups. They're all supposed peace activists. They put out these albums, and I think they're very talented. Some of their songs I really, really like. But someone like Kanye West, who calls himself a peace activist, right? He's part of a group Eliminate All War. One of his CDs, called My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, had female corpses hanging from the ceiling. Kanye West holding a woman's blood-soaked severed head. Women held captive. Women in nooses. I mean, talk about coarsening our culture, and Obama's fine with these people associating himself with them and raising money. The funniest, I think, was when Obama boasted he had Lil Wayne, and he was listening to Lil Wayne, a rapper, on his iPod, and it was at the same time he said, "Yeah, listen to Lil Wayne." Lil Wayne was in serving a sentence in jail for illegal gun possession.
Right. Or Jay-Z and the things Jay-Z has said. Last thing I'll ask you, Jason Mattera, the book is Hollywood Hypocrites. Your first chapter is Hollywood Welfare. And you note a quote from director Michael Corrente noting, hey, you know what? Studio executives, they would shoot a movie on Mars if they could get a 25% tax break.
They absolutely would. There for the 43 states that allow tax subsidies directly to movie companies to encourage film production in that particular state, and they are total cow pies for taxpayers because they end up coughing up their money, sending it to someone like Michael Moore. Literally, Michael Moore got a check of $1 million from the taxpayers of Michigan to help produce Capitalism, a love story, which trashed capitalism. But regardless, if it trashed or didn't trash it, we shouldn't be having to subsidize the movie production of millionaires. It's crazy, it's absurd, and it's something that goes on in 43 states. So when we look at movie producers, two words should come to mind: welfare recipients.
Well, he certainly shouldn't be accepting dollars from these evil taxpayers that he hates so much. There might have been some Guns and Gods folks in there. Who are these pictures on the front? I can recognize John Travolta, The Devastating Truth About Obama's Biggest Backers, Whoopi Goldberg, Spike Lee. Is that Alec Baldwin?
Mm-hmm.
Michael Moore, Kanye West. Is that Cameron Diaz?
Correct.
And then who is the other?
Rob Reiner.
Oh, that's Rob Reiner. Okay, it's kind of it's all in that Barack Obama hope and change picture. And then who's the last one there with the dimple?
Matt Damon.
Matt Damon.
No, excuse me. I'm sorry. Leonardo DiCaprio.
Oh, there you go. Well, it's all the same. They're all the same.
Yeah, they're Hollywood loons, but they have massive influence, and we gotta start taking them on.
Fantastic. Thanks for being with us, Jason.
Michael, appreciate it.
The Michael Berry Show. We don't pay $5 for bottled hippie juice.
This is green alkalizing liquid.
Shut up!